expressed by the program's guests, listeners, and callers are solely the views and opinions of the original source who expresses them. They do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Truly Rich Club Inc., Bo Sanchez Inc., Bo Sanchez, its subsidiaries, and affiliates.
You ask me questions, and I'll answer them. This is the Ask Bo Show.
Counting double-digit thousands.
Hi everybody, this is Bo Sanchez here in hashtag Ask Bo. And if you're wondering what is that sound that you're hearing, I'm here right in front of a waterfall. I'm just gorgeous. And let me look. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see. There it is. And it's just gorgeous over here. I'm in Japan right now. And what I want to do is, I don't want to miss, answering questions. So here goes. I hope that I can serve you and bless you. And speaking of just the atmosphere here, this is just amazing. I mean, I really think about it that I believe this. I'm just going to recommend this, that you don't have to go to Japan for this. This is like I believe that if you just get out of the city, any city, and you go to the province, just a few kilometers away, and just breathe in the air and surround yourself. Or if you have if you see a tree, just touch a tree, just touch a leaf, and just allow the presence of God to be there. Anyway, hello and welcome again to hashtag Ask Bo. I hope that this will be of service to you. First question, Joanne Solano Sheng. I have heard about homeschooling. What are its pros and cons, and how do we go about it? I have been homeschooling my children for all their lives. My eldest is 17, my second is 12 years old, and they have not stepped into a regular school. Instead, what we do is we teach them at home. My wife basically is the major hero here because she's the one teaching them, and I just guide them in other ways. Teaching them different things and different skills, life skills. What are the cons? Number one, we're able to spend so much time with them, and that is a great blessing. I believe that's the major blessing, just spending time with them, building a relationship with them. Because hear this, I believe that the strongest and the biggest thing that you can give your kids is that close relationship with them. That's what they're going to take home. That's going to be their foundation for life. So I hope you understand that even if you don't homeschool your child, build that strong relationship with them. But as I said, because we homeschool their children all their lives, we're able to spend more time with them. Number two, we're able to shape their character. And why? Because of the amount of time that I'm with them, that we're with them. They kind of like get that, the character that we have. And number three, we're able to share our faith with them. So those are the things. The fourth one I want to share with you is from the academic perspective. When you homeschool your children, they have more free time, a little bit more free time. So they don't spend time in traffic, going to school and coming back. So they have a little bit more free time to pursue their passions. So that for me is very important, because that, at the end of the day, it's not really the textbook, but what they do with their passions that count. Because if they like if they're interested in what they're studying about, gosh, they're gonna be 100 kilometers an hour, speeding through and work and loving it. But if they're not interested in what they're studying, it's like they're chugging along 1 kilometer per hour. So there's so many more. And if you're interested, we organized a homeschool provider. It's called Catholic Filipino Academy. All you have to do is go to www.catholicfilipinoacademy.com and read a little bit about homeschooling there, and we can help you. We can help you homeschool your child. All right? Thank you, Joanne. God bless you. Second question, Evangeline, Florida, Colango. Is it still a sin if we forgive only once to someone who hurts us often? After forgiving, I tried to avoid them. Evangeline, forgiveness is a gift that you give yourself first, not to the person who's wronged you. It's a gift that you give yourself first. So always, always, always think about that. That when you forgive someone, you set yourself free first, and then you set the other person free. If you do not forgive, what happens is you allow a chain of resentment and bitterness to be in your body, in your soul, and it causes all sorts of sickness. And so give yourself a gift and always forgive. Now notice, when I say always forgive, it doesn't mean feel the forgiveness, because those are two different things. When you forgive, it's a decision. The feelings of forgiveness will come soon, later, in due time. But the thing you've got to do is make a decision to forgive. And here's the thing. You said you tried to avoid them. And that's okay. That's fine. But forgive them still. Even if you have to avoid them, love them from a distance, that's okay. But forgive them from the heart. Make a decision. Here's a prayer that you pray. Lord, help me to forgive. Saying that prayer is powerful. Even if you're struggling and it's so difficult and you're still hurting, say that prayer. Lord, help me to forgive. And that's enough for the Lord. And that's enough. He's going to work in your life. Woo! I love this. Robert De Lima, Abelia. Brother Bo, is it okay that I leave my family? I'm the breadwinner. He's going to explain. I'm a breadwinner in the family. I'm planning to love them from a distance para di sila maging dependent sa akin. So probably, Robert is talking about, maybe, I don't know, maybe his siblings, maybe they're dependent on him for the longest time and he wants them to stand up on their own. Robert, I agree with you in the sense that, yes, there are times that when we give to someone and we keep on giving to someone and they're so dependent on us, we're not actually giving. What happens is that we're taking away their ability to live life. And so, yes, be wise, be discerning when it comes to helping people, because many times we're not actually helping people. So just do this slowly, Robert, and do it wisely. Communicate to them, explain to them that I'm doing this for your own good, and be there for emergencies, Robert. But for the daily needs, you've got to be able to let them stand up on their own. And I pray that, and just always communicate that to them. God bless you, Robert. And that's not easy. Whatever you're going to do right now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for them. But many times, that's what they need in order to be able to live life in this world. From RJ Vergara, pwede bang uminom ng Coke pag nag-coffee break? We receive crazy questions like this, and we know why, because you want to have fun. So we bring it out on the show, which is funny. But I love telling this to people. When sometimes when we preach this, by the way, we tell them, we tell like my community, the Light of Jesus, that having coffee with people is so important in building relationships with people. So you'll hear that a lot, among our leaders and among our servants, let's have coffee. But when they go out for coffee, they're not even drinking coffee. They're drinking something else, even just water. But it's just, anyway, I don't have to explain this. But anyway, just wanted to say that, yeah, that's what we do. Lori Blaze. Hello, Brother Bo. Good evening po. How can I know that I have depression? Very important question. And how can I fight it? I hope you will answer my question. Lori, depression comes in many forms. One of the ways you know that you're depressed is when you wake up in the morning and you feel blah. And like there's like this darkness, this emotional darkness around you. Like everything is so heavy. And you don't want to wake up. You just want to be under your bed and under the covers of your bed, and you don't want to face people. You want to be alone. And there are levels or degrees to depression. So I believe whether you are already in the borderline of depression, you're in depression, you are a little bit above, not yet, it doesn't matter for me. For me, anytime you feel a season of sadness, you feel extremely sad, or you feel giving up, you feel hopeless, you run to a friend His name is Jesus. And you tell him, Jesus, I'm feeling like this. Please help me. And then you run to a human friend and you say, can I share? Can you just listen to me? Do not give me advice yet. Just listen and be there in front of me and just share and just talk. Why am I sharing this to you? Because I went through it in my life. About 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I lost my mother. And I thought I was okay. But then a few months after that, you know, I thought I already, you know, was sad enough and I was moving on. But then it hit me as I began to experience some huge problems in ministry. That combination of losing my mom a few months ago, plus this crisis in my ministry, bang! You know, all of a sudden, every day I woke up feeling extremely sad and always tired and not wanting to work, and that was not me. You know, I'm not like that. But then they're wanting just to give up everything and leave everything. And so I knew there was something wrong. And so I went to my friends and I prayed to God. And thanks be to God, I have beautiful, wonderful friends who would come to me and say, Brother Bo, you know, we're here for you. You'll see through this, and we'll be here no matter what happens. And oh, I want to thank God for my friends. So after some months, I was able to get out of it. And if you are going through this, Lori, and anyone watching or listening to this show, if you are going through this, I pray for you. I pray that God's blessing and grace be yours to see you through this storm. God bless you. Mary Rose Hasmin Lingatong. What do you do with people who always disappoint you? Big question. Mary Rose, if people disappoint you, of course you've got to forgive. But I don't know who are these people that are disappointing you. But I hope that you're able to communicate with them and share with them your disappointment at the right time, in the right way. You've got to be able to speak in the right way and be able to verbalize it, but also to understand where they're coming from. Maybe they're going through something and that's why they're disappointing you. So just listen carefully and be able to understand the situation. Sometimes just in the communication, you'll be able to improve the relationship. God bless you, Mary Rose. And from lovely Guantero, they say, pray, go to church, and engage some religious activities to be close and inspired by God. But how will I do that when I don't have the will to do those, and I don't have the will to be truly good and please God? Lovely, great question. Here's the thing. Before you pray, before you go to church, by the way, I love your question. Before you pray, before you go to church, before you try to love God, before you try to do good, here's what you do. Receive the love of God first. Just allow Him to love you. Here's why. It's very important to love God, yes. But where will that love come from? It must be a response of God's love to you. I hope you understand. I understood that. You cannot love God on your own. It simply has to be the result of the overwhelming love that God has for you. So allow Him to love you. All you do is this. Lord, I receive your love. Just say that prayer many times a day, every day. Lord, I receive your love. I receive your love. I don't understand. I don't know if I can love you, I can serve you, but I receive your love today. I receive your love today. You know, read through Scripture, if you can, about the stories of God's love for you, and then share with other people, talk with people who are in a spiritual relationship with God, and let them share with you about God's love. Because the moment you realize and the moment you receive that intense love of God for you, you cannot help but love Him back. God bless you, lovely. All right. From Hernan Lazaro, ang lamok ba pag natutulog, nilalamok din? I don't know. Okay. That's a funny question. No answer, but just fun. John Havete, What are your thoughts about sending people to Mars? Your answer is as good as mine. I don't pretend to be an expert there. Fascinating, but yeah. Wow. Crazy. If we can do that. Last question. Geraldine Salcedo. Hi, Bo. What do you do when a person is living in sin and still leads a group into worship? Geraldine, this is what you do. You go to that person and you pray that that person will be able to receive your love. So please, Geraldine, don't go to that person and say, aha, you're living in sin. You know, no. But you want to go to that person and you want to say, can I be of service to you? Can I help you? Is there any way, is there anything in your life that is there any area in your life that you could follow the Lord more and serve Him more? And basically, here's what I'm saying. You cannot correct outside a relationship of trust. You cannot. So you have to first develop a relationship of trust, and only then will you be able to correct. If you cannot correct this person, then what you do is you go to the leader of this person and share whether you could do that. And maybe that person, that leader, will be the one to correct that person. God bless you. It's such a joy to be able to be with you here in #AskBo. And join me. My Success Live online show is at 8 p.m. And that's where I interview an amazing couple and how they love God and serve the Lord through their business. It's going to be amazing, and you will be inspired. Thank you so much for joining me. You can go to www.trulyrichclub.com/successlive. God bless you. I will see you next week for #AskBo.